Hey guys. All right, so Camp NaNoWriMo is here. So, as opposed to November, my goal is to write 60,000 words this month. So, we have to write about 2,000 a day in order to meet that. So it's gonna be a little rough maybe. So I might just stream until I hit the 2,000 words. Some days is probably gonna be faster, and some days is gonna be slower. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to stream at the same time every day, but that might not be possible due to other commitments. So we'll see. Um, we also are going to have like um different scenes. So this one I started up a few minutes ago. Um, it's it's something I think I'm gonna think about adding, but it just came to mind, and so I just want to write it down because all scenes can be used later on. And I want to have this down, and then there's another scene I'm gonna write that might not really make sense, but I think it will fit. You know, when I edit it, we might look at these scenes and say we don't need it, but we might. So some of the stuff is gonna be random. And then, as I mentioned before, I have started writing Crimson Queen a while ago. So at this point, I have about 7,000 words, but I'm not counting that. So that is what I started a long time ago. So from those 7,000 words, the next other words are going to be completely new, and those will count. So I'm not going to use the 7,000 that I've already written. I am going to reference them just so consistency is key. But other than that, it's, you know, it's not really going to be too much. It's going to be brand new. Alright, so in order to get started, we also have, we're going to put on some glasses, because that's, you know, staring at a computer, have some eye strain going on. And then, you know, gotta change our clothes and then pick up our hair. Alright, so this is time to write. Time to write. So this one here, I was thinking about the beginning of my story, and I liked it, but I kind of didn't. So I'm gonna add a new part to it. So this, and then I'm kind of going to merge the two. I think I can do that. So for now, let's just get to writing. I just don't know exactly where it was. Okay. Part of it is also me trying to come up with things, so if I sit there and not say anything for a while, it's because of that. Okay. Grammar is not really going to be the main thing, so as long as I get something down, then that's fine too. Oops. Yeah. I'm also going to reference the map I made. Because that is the reason why I was like, where is everything? Because from yesterday, we said the resident area was like on the left, and like the bars and market was like on the right. So, you know, they have a long way to go. There's the well market square there. Yeah, 2,000 words is gonna be tough. Fortunately, we have our first victim. I think that'd be fine. That's the case. So then I have to remember to tab because I used to always tab, but I guess not this time. My thing is, I feel like the map, I'm gonna have an issue with the map. Mostly because I might have put it too separate. I mean, I did say I was going to maybe change the map too. Well, you know, instead of... Yeah, because I think there was like 2 victims. There we go. What was his name? It was Cutler and Holt. There you go. Thomas Cutler doesn't make a good name, but Thomas Holt does. Dog. Mr. Cutler. Man, but it was no longer. And then dun dun dun. Oops, wrong. There we go. I think I have. Yeah, let's remove the space after the paragraph. You know what? No, let's not do that. I like this space because I like the blockiness. I think it will be okay. It was a woman no longer. Linda. And there comes our main character, and I'm gonna kind of bring that in with what we wrote before. I don't know, because usually I want to introduce the last names with the characters, but sometimes they're like, well, you know, advice is like, well, don't use their last name if you're not going to, you know, use it throughout the story. So I'm thinking maybe we include her last name anyways, and then and just use it throughout. Like, I don't think it should be an issue. Beats are Gambling the down. Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't like that sentence. That means she just saw Thomas come out. Despite the curfew. Town, no, East, like farmer milking a cow. I don't know, something. That's terrible, but still. Okay, so we have so I'm trying to like join both of them, but I don't think that's really gonna work. let's keep this. Birthday. Oh girl. Let me see. Man, I should just leave it. Even if it's a mistake, just leave it. Thick hair into a braid. Let's see. Just past 7, the tall girl sat cross-legged on the roof, her fingers working thick hair into the floor. Finally, tying it off with twine. I mean, it's a long sentence, but the sentences, I feel like you have to have a variety of sentences. Otherwise, you know, it kind of gets monotonous. There we go. And I think that's how we can, like, get into the story. Finishing. Ran her hand across the length of the sword across her lap. Oh no, I don't like this at all. Hang on. There we go. 1 page at a time. Thank you. 2 pages is fine, but like, it just feels weird. Both the blade and the hilt soak with father would say. I don't know, I kind of don't like that. And on to her father. During his time in the war 30 years ago. When he'd been too injured to continue the fight, he had come home, thought Lucinda, from the moment she could walk. There we go. So, you know, some backstory for our heroes. Some world building with that war. Gotta trickle it in. You can't always, like, say everything. An unusual silence clung to the air. Even the howls of the undead were absent. It was as if everyone waited with bated breath. Okay. and waited they did for a beast round the street. Culprit, vampire. Bated breath. There we go. Okay, that works. Gotta save our work. Despite the Dawn's Church's teachings, in such a remote place like Kanya, the war was far from over. Up until recently, the vampires and their minions stuck to the outskirts of town. However, people had started going missing, and even the sheriff wasn't doing anything. And even, let's introduce Sheriff Whitman. Wasn't doing, and Sheriff Whitman wasn't doing anything to find them. Not stuck, kept. That's a better word. Up until recent, the vampires not were kept. I don't know why. Let's ignore that. Sometimes I feel like Word and like the editing portion of it is just the editor. It's like, no, that's not what I want to say. Okay, we got 2 pages. At first, let's make a new paragraph. At first, they had been overlooked. Well, they would be overlooked because people disappear every day, but at first they had been overlooked, taken by vampires for feeding, never to be seen again. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Why would they be overlooked, though? We might need to erase that. Well, actually, only to find their later. However, I already used however. They soon realized they were wrong when the bodies were never found. So despite the Dawn Church's teaching in such a remote place as Kanya, the war was far from over. Up until recently, they kept to the outskirts of town. People started going missing. First, they've been overlooked, taken by vampires or failing, only to find their corpses later. They soon realized they were wrong when the bodies were never found. I feel like they should go together. So that's a little bit of exposition about what's going on. Don't want to have like too much exposition. You gotta cut it up. A scream tore through the night, and that was Thomas. Cinda rushed to her feet. Hey, Carly, how's it going? Just beginning day 1, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we'll keep it like this. This is one of the scenes I wanted to add. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put this, and then we're gonna start a new scene because I need to add something else later. So it's not really gonna make sense for now. But I need to add a different scene because I think this is how our story's gonna start. But there's another scene I have to add. So I'm gonna write that and then continue. I feel like most of the story is gonna be in random scenes until I figure out exactly how they go together. But if that gives me to like 60,000 words this month, then that's fine by me. Alright, so that's like opening right there. So the other one I'd missed, because this is a continuation of a novel I started. So I missed the starting scene that I wanted to add. And there's another one where I have to introduce a squire I suddenly decided to make. And he wasn't introduced, so I need to go back and add that. Oh, I get that, yeah. It's been going good so far. We made some progress. I'm trying to write 2,000 words today. So that's the goal. We're at 500, apparently. So, you know, or a quarter, some part of that, a fourth there. So yeah. That way, once I'm done writing, I can do like other errands I have to do. Because I could always wait at night, but I'm like, let me just do this, because at night I feel like I get more tired. So I want to get this done, and then I have time the rest of the day to do what I need to do. I think it'll work. It'll work. Alright, to introduce Ethan or Evan? Ethan. There we go. Evan is someone else, I think. Oh, no, I don't even have an Evan. No, it's a Brendan. Okay, my characters. I'm going back and forth between my character list, and I'm like, where's Evan? And I'm like, oh, there's no Evan. there's a Brendan and Ethan. So let's introduce Ethan. I think Ethan's not introduced to chapter 4, because I feel like the first 5 chapters are like the inciting like incident. Oops. There we go. So we introduced everybody else except the squire. Your goal is 20 to 30,000. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I like the fact that you can choose your word count, so it's not like it not forces you, but you know, you can manage it better. I mean, the good thing, you also have like what, 31 days, so even if you're not able to do like 5k a day, that's, you know, that's, if you're still time, you know. Oh, I used that wrong word. Hang on. Okay. So this is like 2 days later. In chapter 4. it to fall as a group of writers entered the town. You might sit and try. I mean, I feel like 5,000 words is tough a day. That's me though, cause it's like, wow, what if I get stuck? I mean, you know, whatever. Maybe it's like just like, you know, write for an hour, take a break, do what you got, do a chore or two, sit again. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, 5,000 is tough to get. Sometimes just even like the regular, what, 1,667 words in November is tough enough as it is, but, ooh, so, you know, it's tough. It's tough getting those words down. Because sometimes, like, I don't have everything planned out, so I do have to come up with things. And it's like, what do I write? I forgot how to do this. A light something. Light rain, not a light. There you go. What's that called? Dust? World. Something like that. We'll fix that. Reach down. There we go. Right. Let's see. I have to like, I don't know, I never like describing my characters. Like, I see them one way, but I really don't want to force other people to see them a different way. I just really want to focus on like characteristics. Because I feel like I might add too much description and it just takes away from it. I don't know. Empty. Oh, that's right. I think we have a guard tower on the map. Let me go check that. Pretty sure there's a guard tower. Yeah, there's like something there. There should be a guards. He's right. There you go. Not journey, journey. There you go. I'm just making up names. Well, I haven't. He's on my character list, but maybe I need to have a different name. Guards. Few lights. I don't like it. Starting the first draft is always the hardest. Oh yeah, it's rough. It really is. It's so intimidating too. Like you look at the paper and it's like, what are words? Or it's like, you just forget how to form a sentence, and it's like, it sounded better in my head than it does on paper. You know? Behind them, I think, that's repeating too many. about behind him? There you go. That should work. Peter lit a torch. You have to push through the cringe? I've never heard it that way, the cringe. I feel like the first sentence of the book is always the hardest. Like, this is what the characters are going to remember. Or like, the readers are gonna remember. But, let's see. And then we have this whole paragraph of description. That's what we're gonna put. Whole paragraph of description. Sometimes when I don't feel like describing something, it's like, describe this. I put it in like brackets so that way I know to come back and describe it, but I don't want to do that right now. So when I get like really into writing, if description bogs me down, I'm like, okay, yeah, describe this, but later, let's keep going. And I do have to go back and do it eventually, but at least it's not like it stops me from just writing what I want. Oh, first person. Yeah, that changes things. I usually like to write in past tense, third person. I mean, it does depend on the genre. Just, you know, it really does. But I usually fall back to third person. Did I not just spell lieutenant correctly? Sheesh. What else? Fine. You know, it could be like the church is on the hill or something. I don't know. I don't think I put a hill on the map. But it should be big enough for everybody to see. Yeah, I think I need to make the town a little smaller and more together. Because it feels like there's a lot of space. And I might have not done it correctly. We'll see. Who was it? Ethan. I didn't see this town. Wait a minute. Was the town on? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, he just left. That's a holy priest. I need to add his name to the dictionary because it's gonna keep trying to fix it. Let's see. About you. Actually, hang on. I mean, this isn't the best introduction, but still. And then we have something. We're almost finished. Well, not almost, but still. Cool. Alright, so that's where we introduce Ethan, and he's there among the group, plus the captain, Taylor, and Michael, so there's like 4 others, but those are like or 6 others, but those are like the archers and the footmen, or foot soldiers, and I'm gonna add that to the paragraph of description. So then, all that happens, and Michael deals with the vampires that come attack Lucinda, because she like got rid of a familiar. And then he rescues her, blah, 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 blah. And then we're at the part where I left off. So it's kind of like those 2 scenes I need to add for sure. And this one is where I'm continuing where I left off. Alright, so now that it's like completely new, like starting the new plot. Gotta go look to our lore Bible. We're still in Act 1. I don't think Act 1 finishes until like Chapter 5 or something. That's how I think of it. Like, first 5 chapters is the inciting incident, establishing the goal, the ultimate goal at the end, and trying to accomplish coming obstacle. All this other stuff. We're not done with our Act 1. Okay, so I found it. Alright, so Lucinda's rescued. Now she's back at the church. Okay. But they're huge. Whatever. He's gonna be, let's be, it's one, I think it's gonna be Father David. Back. I don't want to always think like dialogue. Maybe I should, because Lucinda can't see who's talking. Father David. know. You know what? I keep thinking like, what would make it better? What would sound better? But at the end of the day, I think I just need to put words on paper and not care how it comes out. Because that's the point. Just get words on paper. Michael. Father. By the sheriff. There we go. He's calmer. Still panicking for other reasons, but he's calmer. Anyway. Act. Fire. Michael's. Why? A danger. Lucinda, so she knows not liked very much. I think there has to be a way, because I think we have it where Mike only keep an eye on her. Everybody doesn't like it. But in the original, I'm going back to, and it's like, I kind of want to keep it consistent, but not the same. All right, let me look. I also started writing early because I need to post a one chapter tomorrow on Wattpad. I'm like barely starting that, so that's still, I need to get this done. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. So. The voices. Continued. Well, then again. He doesn't know who Michael is. At least she doesn't know his name yet. A third voice sounded familiar. How do I want... it's like transitioning from conversation. It's tough. Let's see. Okay, we're going to kick her out. Putting back to jail. Hear this like she would. And that's final. Okay. And Philly. That's how they meet again. Holy Night, away from her as he closed the door. I mean, I feel like I have to find a different way to describe all that, but for now, let's just continue. She moved away. Is he here to arrest her? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. There we go. Now to describe Michael. Was they met and she kind of remembers. You know what sand is? Probably. Like some comparison. If it's like, oh hey, if you're telling me this character is super poor, how do they know what butter looks like, you know? Then it'd be like, oh, they're looking out the window, you know? I don't know. Something. Armor was gone. And instead, what were the colors? I thought I had colors for the robes. I don't think I got the colors. What color did Father David wear? Oh, he was wearing purple. Golden button. Oh no, I feel like my lights are just flickering. Man, if my power goes off, I'm gonna be mad. With the golden sash. I don't want my power to go. Let me save. Let me save before we continue because that's the worst. How are you? Better. Oh, really? Wow, yeah, that stinks. I have... Because it gets so hot, I feel like, I guess, power grid can't handle all the, like, the air, the AC going on or something. And then what's worse is that my water's been on and off because the city is doing maintenance on it. They didn't tell us, so I'm like waking up and I'm like trying to brush my teeth and it's like, where's my water? So it's been a day. I think it started yesterday, and I was like, oh, it got fixed today. No, no, it didn't. So okay. I mean, it comes on and off. Like, you know, it's good for 10 minutes and then it's down. So it's like, it's just all over the place. Yeah. Yeah. Lack of water recently. Okay. Michael. She'll give him. I don't think. No, that's fine. No last name. Well, then again, she will. We're halfway there, I think. There you go. I think he'll refer her to by like her last name. I think that'd be better. Like show that distance between them, and then as they grow closer and trying to solve this mystery, he'll start like using her name as a sign that okay, he does trust her. I think that'd be good. I need room. Oh no, it still doesn't work. Okay, whatever. Waiting. Yeah, it's not gonna move. He's not really going to make small talk. There we go. Belts. She's intimidated for sure. I mean, she's pretty tall, but like he has like authority, and she doesn't. And she was going around during curfew hours, chopping people's head off. I mean, familiars. So yeah, she feels intimidated. He needed her help, I think. I feel like I could also explain more of the room, but it's like we already know it's small. We already know there's little small like mounts of furniture. So it's like, is it necessary? I never liked when like I read books and they go into like 3 paragraphs, or like a paragraph I can deal with. But then it's like they're just describing something, and it's like you can not have it in one chunk, you know? That's just me. I feel like I have a habit of not really describing much of things because I add a little bit at a time, I think, but I still don't like it. Hating a criminal is a crime. Mostly focus on dialogue, then go back and add descriptions later. Yeah, I feel like that might be a little easier where you're just focused. Like for me, sometimes I just focus on the main scene, like of what's happening, and then I have to go back, as you said, and add things later to, you know, break it apart. But it's like, if I don't do that, I feel like if I have to do every single quote-unquote layer of like description and dialogue and all this other stuff, it just slows it down. Like my want to write, it's like, oh, I have to add all this? Never mind, you know, it takes the fun out of it. It's like I have to keep or like remember to like not care about it right now. That's the hard part. Like don't, just keep going. Even if it doesn't make sense or like it contradicts you in something else you wrote, just keep going. You'll go back. Michael. Now we're talking there. They're like kind of fighting, but not really. They're not really fighting. I love it when characters argue because I like arguing on the paper. Like, man, I could never argue in real life, I think. But I don't like confrontations. But then it's like, I will if I have to. But it's like, I like it. It's better on paper because then you can go back and edit. Alright, so he's not happy. Everyone believes you brought him here. Is it a holy priest or a high priest? What did I write? It's a high priest. Claimed a false confession. Only thing I respect is the color of his robes. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Conflict is always fun. Unable to leave. Okay, so let's see. Needs information though. Okay, he's trying to probably not get her angry anymore because he knows he needs info, so gonna kind of try to get her on his side, sort of, kind of. At the report, and I did find discrepancies. Has little experience dealing with vampires. And that hearsay. I feel like I have to cover up the workout because then I'm like looking at it and like, okay, 10 more words, 5 more words. Like, no, we got a long way to go. Nope. She won't tell. Oh, it sounds, yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's a dark fantasy novel, so it's like, there was this one book I read so long ago that had like an army of undead, and I thought it was pretty cool. And so I wanted to have something like that, but it wasn't like people just fighting or amassing anything. It was like you're in a constant war. I don't know, like I don't even know why it's a mystery. It's not really a mystery. I have no idea what the genre is. But thank you. I always want to focus on the people, I think, when writing, like, overall. Like, I want to focus on how people react to situations around them. Oh, let me say before I forget. Yeah, let's do that. Start from the beginning. Yeah, Michael's not subtle at all. Let's see. I don't know if I should make it bigger. That would work. Comfortable. There we go. Then we're gonna skip the whole part where she repeats what's happened last 5 chapters. I was watching, what was that movie? The Life of Pi or something? And oh my gosh, I watched the entire freaking movie, right? And then the last like 10 minutes or something, not even 5 minutes, he repeats the whole freaking movie. I'm sorry, spoilers, but it's 11 years it came out, so I'm not really sorry. Anyways, dang, that's a long time. But anyways, it's like, why? Why tell us like almost everything that happened with the few like pronoun changes, and then like the last few minutes of the movie, and we just saw this whole movie of what happened. Like I guess I understand, but not really. I just like, yeah, his story was like so ridiculous, not like so over the top that he had to, of course, change the move, like change what happened. But like still, it's like I don't know. That's the one part I didn't like. But anyways, yeah, we're not. Exactly. There's some that does it very, very well. There is. I read it when I was in high school. I was like 15. It was like over 1,000 pages. But this story. Was it? Forgot what it's called though. Like, it was over 1,000 pages specifically. I remember this because I was like freaking out. I was like, oh no, I have to turn this book in tomorrow, and I don't have time left. But they had like letters where it was like the main character was a woman looking for her father, and she was following her father's letters. And in the letters, he's telling his own story. It's a vampire story. I just totally forgot the name. He's following this vampire, I think. And it like in the letters you're following a different story. So then you're in the mind of the grandpa or the dad. I forgot. Wait, what did I say? The dad? Probably dad. So the dad's telling his own story through the letters. So you're following him and his own story. And then grandpa has to read some letters. And then you have another letter story inside the letter story you are reading as a reader. So it's like an inception of stories in this book. But it's done so well. It's done so well that you don't really notice. And I'm like, that's good writing. I just don't remember the name of this book. I feel like if I looked for it, I might be able to find it. I have to like reread it because I don't remember anything. I remember some parts of it, but not really. So that was like actually well done. You know what? I probably need to find that book because kind of not strange, but it kind of relates to that. So I'm trying to, I want to teach creative writing, but at a college level. So I need to get my master's. So a lot of the master's program are asking for like an essay of like, oh, what authors have like influenced you and all that good stuff. And I'm like, sheesh, I'm gonna pick that author for sure, but I have to remember the name. So yeah, I have to go and look for that so I can put it on my little essay and be like, this is one of the books I read that I really liked. But anyways, yeah, that's an inception story in a story. But I like that though, I really do. All right, back to writing. Back to writing. We took a little mental break. We gotta go on a rant there. And my typing's gotten really bad lately. Be able to like type better, but not so much anymore. I actually prefer pen and paper. Like I rarely write just online. I like to just write it with a pencil. And then yeah, it's more work when I transfer over to the computer or on like a Word document. But I feel like when I do transfer the story from paper, I get to edit as I go. So when I'm transferring, I can just add things to it and like, still do what I have to do and get like double the work done. And strangely enough, when I write like online on a computer, it feels like it's the final draft. Like, oh, that's it. It's on it's on the computer. I can't do anything. So when I edit, I have to print out my stories and write things down. I don't know. It's so weird. Yeah, it's like I'm able to like just word vomit onto a paper and be like, oh, this doesn't make sense. Cross it out. Keep going. And then on my computer, it's like, dang, it feels kind of final. It feels final. It's weird. So when I have to edit, I'm probably going to print it out double-sided. I think I'm gonna find like a way to have like 4 pages or like 2 pages on 1 page to save paper and ink. Well, then again, I have that ink program, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I'll just print that out and just like edit on a paper, so that way it's easier. Cause I've tried doing like online editing, and it's like I don't like it. I just don't. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough question. I like the writing stage. I like the writing stage. I don't know why. I do. And then the editing is what I fear, because when I edit, I feel like I'm never finished. Like I have to keep editing. Like, I write something and I'm like, okay, that's good. Maybe I should send it out to like an agent. And then I'm like, no, let me change something else. Like it's never done. It's never done. I feel like I never stop. And I'm trying to publish this other book that I sent to agents, but a lot of them that I want to query are closed. So I've been waiting on that. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, what if I changed it again? So like, I don't like the editing stage. I know it's necessary, but I feel like I just want to keep doing it. So I don't want it to be, I guess I don't want to take that next step. I don't know. Yeah, I've done it twice, I think. So there's this one story I've called The Clan of Ash. I started writing it during National Novel Writing Month in November. It was the November part. And I wrote it and I did a lot of editing, and I was excited to edit that one because a lot of it is just like completely terrible. So I even added another character when I edited, and I think it felt better. I had my sister read my original draft, and then I had her read my quote-unquote edited draft, or like the rewrite. Because it's not like after I write for NaNoWriMo, I don't edit, I rewrite the story. So yeah, I have the original, and I have, I look at the original to see what I want, and I just rewrite it because at that point it's been a while, and your writing develops even over time. She says she liked the second draft better with the new character, and I queried that, and it didn't take much bites, so I stopped, and I was in college, so that took college takes a lot of time, and I just stopped querying. And then after I graduated, I was like new to city and stuff. So I stopped kind of writing for a bit, trying to like really find a place to like live and like find a job that I can have on my own and actually get me through things. So, you know, and then so I started querying again, but I did make some previous changes to it because, you know, if the first time didn't get anyone, then I'm not going to keep it like that. And then right now it's kind of like, well, do I want to keep querying or should I just give up? It's only been like 6 months since I started. And I'm like, what's a good point? At what point do I have to say, hey, this story is not happening, you know? Like, it's not ready for market or what people think the market is, you know, but I'm not sure. It's just, it takes time. Like, you read all these articles and all these tips, and then you still kind of like, you get your rejection email, and it's like, oh, okay, on to the next one. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Same, I stopped as well. Like, over the summer, I actually wrote Crimson Queen after my first year of college that summer. And it was only 30,000 words, so I'm trying to add 60,000 words to make it like an actual novel and not a novella. So that's what I'm doing right now, why I'm writing it. But I think for this one, I am going to try to self-publish, at least to see how it goes. Like, I want to try the self-publishing route. So that way, you know, if it does good, I have more credential in my writing. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, because I know, like, sometimes, you know, I think it was, I have other people that I know that query, and they're like, yeah, I read somewhere that, like, even agents sometimes don't know what's selling, you know? Like, even, it's just hard, especially for, depending on the genre, it's really hard to break into. Thomas Holt and Jeffrey Cutler. Alright, so now that we have a name for our characters, I feel like I also need to write that down in case I forget. At least their first name, because I had their last name. Alright, so that's actually a good point to bring up, because they haven't, you know, that's supposedly the murder weapon and they don't know where it is, so technically, but then again, the church is in power, they don't care about a murder weapon. They're gonna accuse anybody they want to accuse. Yeah, I heard that too, Girly. It does boil down to luck. So, I mean, and it feels like a lot more people are self-publishing and still doing really well. I mean, there's some queries out there I'm not naming anybody, but there's a lot of agents that have like query manager, which is great because it like instead of writing a query letter, you know, there's boxes you fill out, you put your summary, you put a synopsis, stuff about you, you know, so it's really awesome. And then there's some questions that are like, how are you going to market this book? And all this other stuff, and it's like, I'm sorry, isn't that like the publisher's job too? Like, yeah, I'm gonna tell people about my book and like family and friends and community, but like you're asking me all these questions that technically are taken care of by a larger publishing house, right? So it's like, what? You know, so some questions I'm like, I haven't, you know, queried those. Like I've seen them, but I'm like, really? You're gonna ask all this when it's, yeah, the author has some job to, you know, do promotions and all that, but like, there's very specific questions, and it's like, the publishing house usually does from what I've seen in all the other books, so why are you asking me? And it's like, my book's not gonna sell. You know, well, you don't get a cut until I get paid, so what? So it's like, you're asking me this, but I should be asking you this because you know, you don't get paid until I get paid, so we better do a very good job at it. I don't know. Do they all? I mean, like, if I'm gonna self-publish my book, I'm gonna be like, banner everywhere, like, you know, I'm gonna put an effort to it. It's a lot more expensive because of editing, your book covers, you know, all this other stuff. So, yeah, I mean, exactly, it's done because it's their job. So it's like, why are you asking me? I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. And it's only a few that I've seen. All the other agents are like, you know, they don't ask that. They do ask like, oh, how does this book compare to all the other books? And I'm like, and it's so hard to find a comparing title because it's like, I wrote this book because I couldn't find anything of what I wanted to read. I wrote this book because this is what I wanted to read. I didn't find anywhere else, you know? That's what I don't get sometimes. I'm like, I don't see, because I have, what's it called? I have, the one I mentioned, Clan of Ash, is young adult paranormal. It's not romance. It's not romance. There's like a subplot of maybe romance, but it's not like the main focus. It's not a romance story. And so, you know, a lot of YA paranormal is YA, you know, romance with like right at the center. And it's like my book is not like that. There's like, you know, yeah, there's a like a crush and stuff, but that's not what I'm focused on. And you're asking me especially with the YA market in paranormal, because there's a lot of like romance tied to that, and it's like, mine's a thriller mystery, like, but it's YA, so it's like, how do I compare it to something else? Oh yeah, no, they're so hard. And I'm like, what I can think of is like the Morganville vampires. Those are kind of like mine as well. They're smaller by the late Rachel Kane. And then she had great ones. And then Cassandra Clare kind of like that, because it has where that one specifically with Clan of Ash has like the like a secret society of supernaturals and stuff. That's how I like to write mine. For the most part, so, you know, but then there's a lot of vampire books out there that are like, oh hey, by the way, it's all romance, and I'm like, no, that's not what I want. So it's tough. All right, so to continue, I went on this whole rant over there. I have strong feelings about publishing. I do. It's like every day I look at my email. Did I get rejected again? Did I get rejected, or did I get accepted? I don't know. I think after a year, if I tried to send out query letters and it's not working, I might look at you know, maybe, I don't know, like it's tough to decide. I don't want to quit, but at the same time, it's like nothing sticks, then, what do I do? With the locals, there we go. I think this needs to be in like parentheses or like something like that. Not even parentheses, like a quote. Alright, let's see. Take a look. What else did I put? Oh, okay. Tell her a put. That have you. Okay. All right, so we are almost done, I think, probably. And So I think that will end of chapter 5. No, it's chapter 4. Okay, so yeah, and so we have chapter 5. And that's just, we're just gonna start it. Usually when you, I feel like when I'm formatting the document, I think you just like leave the rest of the page blank and then start a new page. But because this is like one whole document, I'm not going to leave any spaces. I'll format it later. Alright, chapter 5. We said that Father David starts to cleanse the ritual for and Lucinda was also under house arrest, so that's like super vague though. Like, yeah, we wrote it vaguely, but now it's really time to like figure out the details of what that means. I think I'll have Lucinda rubbing the and then people like avoid her or won't talk to her. That's what Father David told him to do. Ignore the criminal. Like trying to aid. That works. We're so dirty. I always like starting with dialogue sometimes. I don't know, it's a just preference. Oh, I double tapped. I'm like, what apron? I think we're gonna have the dining hall. It's huge. Other orphan, but hurted. Maybe I'll just keep it. No, let's not change it. Okay. It was a 3-person job. Dining hall. Or I feel like I can add more to that. There we go. don't we give him a... In addition, Michael, tell her for sale. No, the tiny room. The window. Tiniest of windows. Hard. Absent. They'll have somebody looking out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a set schedule. I think it's gonna be either 2 or 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, that's usually where I'm gonna start. It's going to be around that time. I didn't. I think I streamed at 2:30 today because I was waiting on the water to come back. I didn't, but I was able to get some cleaning done. But yeah, 2:30, I think. It's probably gonna be almost every day. I'm not sure on some days because I have other prior commitments. But I think I know I don't have a community page on YouTube yet. So usually I'd post like announcements there. But on my YouTube, I do have like my socials on a link, so you know, I can be found everywhere on there. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have a community page, not yet. But yeah, usually it's 2 or 2:30. Sure, I appreciate that. Her that room, even her bathing air. Let's see. A. Yep, Lieutenant Taylor. Regards, good. Dining, boots tapping on the floor. That doesn't make sense, but we'll keep it. All right. I was planning, I had said that I created like all my new characters and I didn't really use them. So now I'm kind of trying to kind of, but you know, they still have a purpose. Obviously, no one's happy of having to babysit Lucinda, and Lucinda's not happy that, you know, people are guarding her like she's a criminal. So there's always some butting heads going on. Okay. Worse. Free time. I'm gonna abbreviate Lieutenant. I'm not gonna type that up repeatedly. Ilse. There we go. But I don't want them to always like just be, you know, Lucinda is sus, like, sure. They have reason. I mean, you know, Lucinda has not given them any reason to, you know, make them believe she's trustworthy because she's, you know, she's been getting into all sorts of trouble. All right, so I think that's the part when you're like, writing a story. You don't want it to happen again because, you know, maybe they work, maybe they don't, but you want to have it a little. Yeah, okay. Adding 60,000 words to a novella is gonna be tough. Getting into trouble. Always trying to sneak away for sure. Tension. He's not being casual about it at all. Let me see, what did I write? Because sometimes, like, I plan how things are gonna turn out, and then, like, I look back and it's like, oh, I didn't write what I thought I was gonna write at all. hear you over this rubbing. Didn't wait. Throw it away. Yeah, she left her chore. Hurried or hurried? Oh, you hurried away. Red and meager bread and milk, so that tells us that kept as a prisoner more than anything. Because she's going hungry. Alright. Well, we know Sister Evelyn is not there. Driving. Kitchen. Empty. Except for a low fire. Cauldron over a low fire. Oh, I think I muted myself. Whoops. Father Dave is supposed to begin the cleanse, which we haven't really mentioned that. But maybe Lucinda would know because, you know, he usually knows where people are at during the time of the day, but because someone important is in town, you're not going to follow their regular schedule. Or Lucinda could just sneak out, get food, and then sneak out. Grabs her sword and then sneaks out. Of bread. And cheese before going to Horn. So that's where she kept her sword. She hid it so nobody could find it and take it. Very bad, but she had no problem pointing them. Okay, so once she's gonna make it there, get her sword, and then Ethan, the squire, gonna bump into him. That's gonna cause more trouble. Okay. But they're still going to go out and, like, investigate. So it'd still be more trouble. So we're good. We're good. I don't. My biggest fear is, like, putting something in that really makes no sense. And yeah, you can change that during editing, but it's like, I don't just want to put things down because it's gonna give me the word count. I wanted to work towards the story so that way I don't have to do too much editing when I'm done. Because if I have to scrap like complete pages of everything, it's kind of like, you know, not, I don't think that's great for me. A lot of hurrying. Sneaking off to the barn? Yeah, repeating the same words over and over again and like the same page is still kind of not that good. Unfortunate. It was in the same direction that Lieutenant Taylor words. But to the grounds. We could get there without anyone seeing her. Yeah, because according to the map, the dining hall, I think is going to be in like the main area, like the big building. They have like tons of rooms over there. And then the other building with the towers where just everyone lives, so it's not, doesn't have any important offices. Could get there. There you go. I totally missed the word. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. I've been sitting here for a while, so it's like, 300 words left, 300 words left. I can make it. No, it's hard to sit down and write. It's so hard, especially for a long period of time. Usually I can sit there and I'm like, okay, write a page, that's fine, you know, and I do something else. But actually sitting down and writing for an extended period of time, that's tough. I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm struggling right now. We're almost there, we're almost there. The bright sun greeted her on the way out. I do, but I want to push through. I want to push so I can like finish it and like, you know, do others. Like, I think I need, my cats are too quiet, so I need to go look out for them or see where they are, because they like to cause mischief. But I need to finish so that way I get relaxed and I can do other stuff, because I'm trying to practice how to draw as well and create like a better map. So I'm like, I need to practice that, but I need to write first, because if I leave it, then I feel like I'm not gonna come back and finish, and that's not what I want. So greeted her on the way out. Yeah, I have two cats, and it's been really, really hot, and sometimes the AC cannot keep up. So I have a cat that's like part Maine Coon, and she is so fluffy. So I feel like she's really like just hot and annoyed, and she keeps bothering my other cat. And like, she's like Olive, this other cat, she's not doing anything. And my first cat, Princess, you know, she's all hot and hairy, and it's like, I don't like you. So it's like, y'all need to stop. So I have to make sure that Princess doesn't, you know, be mean to the other cat. So but I think they might be asleep. They usually sleep around this time, but I don't trust them when they're quiet. I don't trust them. Got it, Lieutenant Taylor. Did they have an orchid? No, I was by the farm. You know what? She lied. There's not an orchid. That's how she's sneaky. She's like, oh yeah, we have an orchid, but they don't. That's how, you know, I messed up, but it's okay. We're gonna have it where Lucinda definitely just lies, you know, and Taylor believes her, but she, you know, but Lucinda lied. It's like, hey, there's an error in your story. No, the character just lied. That's what happened. There's no orchid. By the tilled fields, searching for the orchid. Well, she's been searching for a long time. Mug. Yeah, Lucinda is a little bee sometimes. She is. She is. So mischievous. You know, I didn't really have her personality as this, but I'm having fun with it. So that's her new personality. She's deceiving. She's mischievous. That's what we're gonna keep it as. I like it. I like it. Because usually she was like, no, like really like one track mind. But I'm like, no, I'm having fun with this one. She'll be like very annoying to everybody else. Circling. Let's see. What's a small building? We did have a barn, right? Let me check. Yeah, there's a barn. Okay. Just making sure. Circled around back. Unlocking the door with a hidden key. Under the spray hay? Spray hay, that doesn't sound right. Under a broken, no. A loose board? No. Board? That means it's on the floor. Not under. And the empty pot. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, she did some. We'll change it later. Once the close was clear, well, there wasn't anybody in there. Verifying, checking. Confirming. Let's look at the thesaurus. Testing, proving, trying, examining. I like confirming. I think that works. When in doubt, look at the thesaurus. Okay, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm using the same word over and over again. How do I say the same thing differently? Synonyms. In. Hiding behind a few barrels. E. we want to say. Devoured, devoured. The second breakfast. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I was like, I need another word. Devoured is good, because she's hungry. Gobbled, wolf down. Yeah, because, you know, wolf down sounds better. I like it, I like it. The thing is I don't like it. Well, not that I don't like it, but these two sentences have the, predicate in the beginning, like the same combination. Oh, confirming the coast was here, hiding behind a few barrels. I don't like it. In a matter of minutes, a matter of seconds, you wolf down her second breakfast. Yeah, we'll do it like that. It's a little better than just having like ing in two sentences, like back to back. I kind of want to skip the part where she grabs her sword and tries to sneak back out. But we'll just skip to it. Crimson Queen was hidden on top of the rafters. Careful not to fall. She reads. Was the only safe place to keep it hidden. Sheriff Whitman would confiscate it as evidence. Quote unquote evidence, because it's not really evidence. Well, it is, but it's not. What are you doing? No, that's later. So what are you doing is later. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I feel like I don't, half of it, I don't even know what I'm writing, but I'm trying to keep it like concise, like you understand if you read it, hopefully. Love watching the process. Yeah. It's different for everybody. I think everyone creates differently. Everyone has something really, like they're really good at. I don't know what I'm good at, but we'll see. We'll see. I sometimes like when the characters are arguing, I like argue in my head, like which dialogue would sound better, just trying to like hear it or something. That's fun. That's fun. So she needs to sneak out before they catch her. So made her way back, avoiding Lieutenant Taylor's line of sight. Because sometimes I feel like I don't want, well, not I feel like I'm describing every single thing that happens in every second, but you know that's boring. Not boring, but I feel like you'll lose your reader if you have to explain, hey, they brushed their teeth, they comb their hair. Unless it's like, you know, someone going out and it's their first time and they're trying to be very careful and it's like part of their character and who they are. Like one time describing that, great. If you describe it every single time, it's kind of like, oh my goodness. At least for me. At least for me. So I feel like I need to be careful when I'm like trying to get the story moving, that I don't say, oh yeah, she closed the door, she did this and this before doing this, and it's like, oh, that's tough. You act out things in your head. I do that all the time. I'm like, how would this go? Like, I feel like that's normal. Like you have to be able to picture it. So like, how are you supposed to like really know what's going on? She was halfway where? Let's say the main gate. Halfway to the main gate when a shadow fell over her. Not really. It's not really gonna fall over her because she's tall enough. When Ethan stepped in front of her. What are you doing? And we don't need to put a dialogue. We know who it is. The barn behind her. The church to her left. And her freedom just past this child, because it's like, to her, she's 17, he's like 13, so it's like this child. He's young. And he's short, so it's like, she's thought like everybody who's shorter than her looks young as a child. I don't know. Past, not past. Past this child, right? Her sure left and her freedom past this child. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Keep it. I do use Grammarly as well, so, once we do that, not finished, I'll go back and look at it. You have training? She asked him. You have chores? He's sassy too. I'm taking a break. Behind her back, maybe? Yeah, she tried to put it like behind her back. Great. You can take yours. I'll get out of your way. She walked past him, trying not to run. Hey. First Lieutenant Taylor. Linda didn't hesitate. She broke into a run. Now she's running. I can can just picture this. Just them like running. She's like trying to get out and he's following her. I think that's a comma. Maybe we can just leave it like Lucinda broke into a run. Like, that's, you know. Help, she's getting away. And then we cut to a different scene, because it's already been a lot with Lucinda. I do want to... It's like, it ended with her point of view. And then chapter 5, we started with her and sneaking out. And so, we can probably change to Ethan finding her. Or you know what? It's the cleanse. So we're gonna have Michael overseeing Father's David preparation. Why is she running away? Because she's supposed to be under house arrest. You know, they told her to like scrub the floor, and Lieutenant Taylor was supposed to like be looking, you know, over her like for babysitter, but Lieutenant Taylor is more interested in Sister Aveline. So Lucinda took that moment to lie to her so Taylor can go. And so now that she thought she was free, she wanted to go investigate more of the disappearing people. Ethan found her and, you know, he's on to her, so she ran away. Like, she ran away because she doesn't want to get stopped or be under house arrest again. So, yeah, not the smartest decision. Still the funniest, though. That's funny. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. I've been like chugging down water trying to like stay cool. It's so hot outside. Yeah, she's a runner. Like she's like, you know, house arrest or like trying to find out what's been happening. So this will be Michael. Okay. Now this is like completely new. I've never really like added all this before. Like, yes, Michael coming to town, saving her from the vampires, him like basically defending her against Father David. That all happened. This all here is new, so it's like, let's see what we have. Felt himself drifting. The hot mid-afternoon sun. Fell upon him like angry hornets. Father David moved around the town where inspecting all the... Oh, I need a plant name. What's the flower that they use for purification? You know what? We're gonna put that in parentheses. We're not gonna figure that out. Oh, the holy flower name. That's how I like. If I don't know something, I'm like, here, parentheses, we need a name. Let's keep going. Hanging from the building. by waiting under the white blanket canopy, because they're gonna have like a little festival. It's supposed to be nice, but it's not going to end nicely. Michael, quite waiting on the white blanket canopy. What would he rather do? Now, hang on. Oh, you know what? This will be better over here. There you go. As soon as the sun rose, Father David started preparing for the cleanse. Everything had to be perfect. Every ounce of holy flower name had to be let's see, washed and hung along the procession path. There we go. All right, so dun, 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 we are at let's word count. We are at officially. Oh, y'all can't see this. Oops. But let me see. It's right there at the bottom, but we are at 2,000 words. So we are technically done for today. Woo! 2,002 words. Oh man. We hit our word count for the day. Yay! That was, yeah, I know. Woo. Man. Now we get to update. Where's this session? 2000. I like to do the 2002. Let's. Man, that was rough. That was rough. Oh my goodness. But we did it. We did it. Okay. Oops. All sparkly. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I've been like chugging water, but it's hot. It's like over 100 degrees outside, and AC can't like keep up sometimes. So, oh my, yeah, check on the cats, make sure they're okay. All right, so I think this will be a good spot to wrap up. All right, so tomorrow we'll continue with 2,000 more words and see what happens. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and I hope your writing is going awesome if you are writing along. So thank you so much, and I hope to catch you guys later. Bye!